Good morning.
Hi, you must
I'm-
be
I'm
Peter.
Peter.
Very nice to meet
Nice
you.
meeting
I'm
you.
Linda Levy, Director of the Archives.
The JDC's fundraising efforts helped 190,000 Jews escape Nazi Germany before 1939, including Peter's family.
So many people wanted to leave, and so few countries were ready to take them, so that it was very difficult for people to find places to go.
But Shanghai was distinct because it was as open port.
That's
you
right.
did not need
That's right.
a valid...
Shanghai became, in a sense, the last resort for people who, by 1938, still didn't have a place to go.
Though his family had escaped the Holocaust in Europe, in 1943, Peter was one of 20,000 Jewish refugees rounded up by the Japanese and forced into the horrendous conditions of the Shanghai ghetto.
Half-starved, homeless, sick, in daily fear of an epidemic.
Life there was tough.
This is housing for 700 refugee families.
Okay,
in
this is
Shanghai.
one of these warehouses.
Look at this man. This is his home.
That is...
Very close quarters.
My mother tells a story. The first few nights after arriving, my father was sitting there and crying into soup. The tears were dropping
It's hard
into
to suddenly turn into a welfare recipient.
Yes. Oh, Shanghai Millionaire. Is that what it's called there? Yes, yeah. It was, what's the American
Monopoly.
one? Monopoly. I had one of these for a while. Golly, I remember that so well. It's getting a bit emotional here.
The ghetto was patrolled by the Japanese military. A curfew was enforced. Passes were needed to enter or leave, and food was rationed.
The quality of the food was pretty dismal. Primarily rice and fish, and the only fruit I can ever remember was watermelon.
Is it true also that you were exposed to some pretty grisly sights, like...
Yes. Wasn't at all unusual to see, get up in the morning, go out into the street. There's a dead infant lying in the street, starved to death. And on Thursday, they were cremated. And we could smell the smoke from a cremation. The medical care was non-existent, and lots of people died. The summers are brutal, so people just perished from the heat. We accept that that's the way it is, that it never occurred to us that this will someday end.
For more than 2 years, the JDC helped thousands of Jewish refugees survive the ghetto. And when the war was over, it helped them resettle. The committee kept a case file for every family it assisted.
When the Joint left Shanghai for good, it packed up its records and sent a list to New York. This is just the list of the files. The files never got to leave China. They were confiscated by the communist authorities.
Oh, they were.
And we cannot find them.
Okay. Oh.
These lists are arranged according to countries of end destination, so far as we have been able to determine from the migrants' plans at this end. And I have a list that includes the Adler family.
Oh.
That was destined to Australia.
Australia.
But again, the files are in Shanghai as far as we understand.
This is Peter's first lead. He now knows for certain that the Adlers emigrated to Australia. But with the files missing in Shanghai, the trail has run cold.
Did they have any relatives?
I don't know. I don't even know what Stella Adler's maiden name was.
It's worth getting some genealogists onto this case from
a
someone
professional.
who is a professional Jewish genealogist.
Peter now needs a specialist if he's ever to find out what happened to Margaret Adler and the family that helped him survive the Shanghai ghetto.